sub bomb. I have never seen so many gifted sub bombs in my life. Thank you so much, Mediocre. That's insane. Holy. Mediocre, thank you so much. If you got a gifted sub, please say thank you to Mediocre. He just gifted 50 subs. 50.
Hi guys,
Yeah.
welcome to
5-0.
the Josh Show New Year's chatting session
Thank you
here.
so
Just
much,
gonna do a
I
maybe a small
appreciate
chat.
that.
I was
That's crazy.
bumming around the
Thank you,
internet
thank you.
this
Welcome
morning,
all of our new
making
subs. Enjoy your
pancakes
emotes and your
and
weapons.
snuggling with the
subs.
kitty cat
Oh my
and a bunch of other stuff.
What
I
the
gotta
heck?
turn this other channel down here real quick.
You guys all don't even...
Anyway, I've been watching an episode of basically Rachel K. She's an online streamer gamer person. I'm gonna share my screen real quick for you guys. Give me a sec. I gotta set it up though, okay? Oh, so you gotta be patient with me. I know what screen name. There's that. If I could spell right. Okay, there we go. Now, share screen. Okay, share screen. No, we gotta change. Twitch. There we go. Twitch crew. Just a little bit there. Done. Okay, so I've been watching this chick for about, I'd say an hour and a half. Now she's getting something called she's getting subscribers to get on her channel, and she's been having a fabulous morning. What I would like to say about her is I'm going to turn the volume up just a tiny bit for you.
Sub, yay!
So she's been getting crazy.
Lovely gifted so many subs today, also, you guys.
And I'm
Holy.
trying to give me a second. I gotta put that.
Thanks so much.
But anyway, she does an incredible job, not only commenting but gameplay as well. I've tried to get her to come on my show, but unfortunately she's not interested, and that's just okay. But I thought I'd plug her just a tiny bit today because this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about looking for someone on Twitch or a guest or someone I want to be on my show. Now, I don't want to be using her too long without her knowledge about it and stuff like that, so I am going to not share screen right now, but I kind of wanted just to show you. So if you see my screen right now, you guys can understand kind of what's going on there right now.
You can
So
listen to my voice all day. I think it's so
I
great.
thought I'd just include this a little bit today so you guys can see this
my brain doesn't
tiny
understand
bit,
how someone can like
her
my voice.
gameplay and stuff like that, and what she's all about and stuff. So like I said, she's been getting a crazy amount of subscribers, but it's the way she goes about playing her games. She interacts with her fans. She interacts with people who are long-term people, short-term people. She's always saying thank you and being gratitude. She has what I call the attitude of gratitude. And sometimes I look for people just like her on my show. But like I said, didn't want to interrupt her stream too much today. Give her luck here.
So bad.
And
It's painful for me to hear my voice.
take that off there so you guys can kind of come back to reality.
No, lovely. Stop.
So, and I'm also adjusting my
No.
screen share box.
No.
So,
No.
what can I say, guys? Happy New Year to all of you.
That's actually just crazy.
So, I gotta
Lovely.
get off of here so you guys don't hear her in the Becky round. And then I will give you my unclosed, undivided attention. So, anyway, I got my coffee. I got something to smoke here as soon as I load up my temporary smoking device, aka my brass monkey. I stole my brass monkey from my wife because she has something. Yes, I do smoke nefarious things in it, aka cannabis, and that's okay. But I usually use that for pain and stuff like that. What do I want to say about my year in review for 2022 that I just want you guys to know about today? First of all, I wasn't thinking I was going to do a show today because yesterday I promised myself I would give my show a break for a day and just enjoy the holiday and do something like that. If you watched one of my latest episodes that I've done recently, I had an amazing interview with Captivity Arts yesterday. Next week, I have an interview with me and my wife, Eunice. We're going to celebrate the new year on the 6th. Then I have Keepers of the Morgue coming up. Give me a second here. I have to get my stupid little thing to minimize here because I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, there we go. And now I can finally see what I'm doing. I'm going to show you something here real quick. So, my goes to be silly. Anyway, haha. Aha, you fools, you've turned into the wrong channel. Click, 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 click. Anyway, first of all, my computer is too old for me to get any kind of gaming system on here that I can do things that I need to go. Maybe I will share screen just a little bit here, but I'm going to do it for myself, not for others for right now. So give me a second here. Oh, Jesus Christ. The J.A.W. Somebody save me from myself because I don't know what the hell I'm doing, right? So if you guys are interested in seeing some of my episodes, you can scan the QR code right over here. There. Right there. Right there. 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 Yeah, you guys get the point. Anyway, back to my year in review. This has been an extraordinary year for me and my wife. We've had a lot of change happen to us. In the beginning of 2022, we had, I was just recovering from back sepsis. I was coming back from an infection that I had gotten in my back after getting a cortisone shot that got infected somehow, some way. It put me in the hospital 5 different times because the sepsis kept coming back. I was literally in bed for 3 months and I couldn't move. I couldn't get out of bed. And that was me just working on doing my bed exercises and getting myself back to a place where I could use a walker. Then I started using a walker, and then I started using a cane, and now I can walk down the hallways without a cane or a walker, but now I can't sit up and stand up very often and do various different things. So reason I was plugging her is because hopefully one day I can aspire to be just like her and get people who come to my channel and want to chit chat with me for a couple of hours, and we can talk about things that they would like to see change in the world, what's really important to us, what's not really important to us, you know, what can we do about changing the world, and how can we really save this world. You know, the Joshua was born out of boredom. I'm going to be honest with you. I was bored at the start of the pandemic and thinking to myself, I'm really bored. But the full story is that I was also going through one of the deepest depressions of my life. I am a 7-time survivor of suicide. 3 of those times I was almost successful. The last one was my almost last successful, and that was in 2018. I had gotten transported to the emergency room and then was put into a 72-hour hold like you're supposed to when someone tries to take their life. And then I got the sad news that my mom was going into the hospital for possibly emergency heart surgery. And she told me this while I was in the hospital. I go, well, Mom, I'm in the hospital. I can't even come see you right now. I'm so far away. I'm sorry I've done this to you, and I'm sorry. It's my fault. It's my fault because I'm so fucking, I'm so, not worthy, and I shouldn't be treating you like this. Even at an age of my advancing years, I know 2018 doesn't seem that long ago, but we're in 2022 now, so, it's almost been 3 years, 4 years almost, depending on how you look at it with the new year coming up here. And after I was in the hospital getting the help that I needed, and my mom was telling me she could possibly die. I was trying to get out. They wouldn't let me out because according to law, they couldn't let me out for 72 hours. During that 72 hours, my mom went home because they weren't sure about the risk of the heart surgery. But later that night, she passed away in her sleep. I didn't get to say goodbye. I didn't get to say I love you. I didn't get to say anything other. I said all that before when I hung up the phone with her and found out about her illness. That I told her I loved her. Please do everything in your power to stay around. But I gave her permission. I gave her permission to be done with this life. And as a priest, as someone who believes in letting people, seeing the pain that someone's been through in their life and saying to me that it's okay to go to the next world because it may be better than this one. That's why I wear this. You know, I'm a white witch. I'm a practitioner of the soul. I'm a man of service. That's why I started the Josh show. In part was because of her. I made a promise to myself that that would be the last time I would ever have suicidal ideation, or I would commit suicide, or I would ever try to take my life ever again. I made that promise to myself. I went to counseling. I did a bunch of spiritual work. I did a bunch of mental work. I did some physical work. Okay, I took care of the three things you need to take care of in this world: the physical, the mental, and the spiritual. And whatever else comes after that is a bonus. Okay. Then I'm sitting here, and the pandemic just started, and I'm sitting here going, I'm underlying conditions. I'm a big boy, so is my wife. She's a big woman, but my wife has an compromised immune system, so I didn't want to go out still working. I worked for a company called Bite Squad, which is a food delivery service here in Minnesota. They're still around, but they're not as big as Grubhub's and some of the other places out there because they don't spend a whole lot on their advertising. They're more word of mouth, and sometimes, depending on the driver or the people, I'm not going to worry about them. I'm just going to leave them there and not worry about them and go, what can I do? But, it was born because my mom had a small business. You probably heard me say this before. You're probably wondering, why do I want to listen to this again? Well, and why am I talking about 2018 when 2022 is about to end? Because I'm in my third year now of doing the Josh show. Come October 14th, it will be my official 3 years going around the circle. I will start season 4 on that day, October 14th, which is my mother's birthday. Blessed be. And it's important for me to tell you guys the importance of that because she had a small business at one time called Hidden Jewels. I actually inspired her to try her go at a small business. And I tried my go at a small business. It didn't work. I try to promote small businesses and I try to help people out who I feel like are trying to put something else out there that's different, unique, and new that might not be in your conventional box that we all like to put ourselves in. I also thought, why can't I help not only businesses, but people in their professional lives too, and personal lives too? What is the point of having something awful happen in my life? Why did it have to take something awful to happen in my life to realize that I could be using my powers for good or evil if you employ my evil plan? I'm not going to do the evil laugh too much right now because I'm trying to be a little bit serious. I don't have followers yet. I don't have people who are paying attention to me quite yet on Twitch. This is a Twitch exclusive, by the way, and I might be putting this out there on Facebook and Yahoo, but I'm recording it live here on Twitch right now. So, and but I saw a lot of small businesses, mom and pop, struggling, and I said to myself, how can I help them get a leg up in this world? How can I show them that it's okay to keep going? Someone believes in you. Now, I don't care if you're a striptease artist. I don't care if you're a band group. I don't care if you're a ghost hunter, lawyer, television evangelist, Bible thumper, whatever your business is that you are passionate about and you're doing it in a unique, different way, or if you have a talent like tumbling, or you wish you could be on America's Got Talent, but you're not really quite ready for that, so you want to expose yourself to a smaller audience first. Okay, fine, great. That's the kind of people I'm looking for. Just had, like I said, just had Captivity Arts on my show, and they're a burlesque 18 plus show that go out and perform a fashion style slash burlesque slash adult entertainment services for those bachelorette parties and other things going on, And but she does something that is great too, because she tries to take people who are in the mental health community who don't fit in the box, like me. I don't fit in a box. Trust me. I broke the box a long time ago and I threw it away and put it in the fire and burned it with my torch. See how that works? Just when I want to try to use the torch, it doesn't work. You're all going, who is this guy and why should we listen to him? Because you should. My mission is I play an evil villain. I have an evil plan. Let me do this one more time for you guys, because I know you're gonna miss it when it's not here anymore, because I'm going to enact my evil plan. And it will happen tonight at midnight. The year will end and a new one will begin. So, in essence, I ended the world by pressing my magic red button.
That was easy.
Yeah, it's one of those old buttons. Someone's going to get me for that someday. I know it is. I need more coffee. Anyway, okay, now I need something to smoke and not burn myself this time. Oh God, do I wish it was the good stuff, but it's just tobacco, guys. And I'm stealing cigarette butts from my neighbors right now that they throw away. And I'm using it to smoke because I'm out of money until the 3rd. That's how broke I am right now. But that's okay, I'm used to that. Maybe things will get better, maybe things won't get better. It's okay, it doesn't matter. The important thing is that I keep trying to make my life better and want to make people's lives better. I'm honestly trying to make your lives better here on Twitch, on YouTube, and on Facebook by comprehensively showing that small business can work professionally and personally with our lives. We can combine both of those to be meaningful and allowing us to do something not only to change others' lives, but our own lives, and changing others' lives for the better. And so I donned J.A.W. He's the evil villain. I just told you about my evil plan. I'm going to blow up the world somewhere in the near future. Maybe, maybe not. Because I'm giving you all one last chance to come stop my evil plan. It shouldn't take a supervillain or a super bad event or a super horrible thing to happen in your life for things to change. Life is the greatest choose-your-own-adventure game in the entire world, and you get to participate. That's what we're here to do. We're here to play the game of, which morality will I find? Which morality won't I find? Which morality will I choose to follow? Which morality won't I choose to follow? What's important to me? Why am I here? All these questions. You're here for one expressed reason: to live your life. To live your life in the way that best suits you. Burp alert. Rate me 1 to 10. Put it in the comments. Burp alert, burp alert, burp alert, burp alert. And not me drinking coffee. And I'm very passionate about this, guys. Something that I'm very, very passionate about. Because why not? Why not try to save the world with a little bit of comedy, a little bit of satire? That's honestly that evil villain gimmick I put on, because I think we should all laugh a little bit sometimes. Sometimes The world's way too serious. We take things way too seriously now, where we've gotten to the point where we have so many sticks up our ass that we can't possibly pull it out, right? You know, some people would say if I stuck a lump of coal up there, it would compress and become a diamond. I wish that were true. Not that I would try that. Maybe I would. Maybe I would. Maybe that's kind of crazy. You know, I like to say I'm an evil genius with a God complex, with a moral standard of me. I'm an egomaniac with delusions of grandeur, and I'm completely crazy and nuts. But that's why you love me. Whether you listen to me or not, that's okay. The important thing is that you're here paying attention now, that you're trying to do something different. Right now, if you're watching this, you at least have a phone of some kind or a computer of some kind. Count yourself lucky, like I do every day. I count myself lucky every single day because I've got some wonderful things that are going on. I mean, I've got shows lined up all the way to the middle of February. Interviews are lining up fast because people are starting to notice that what I'm doing is trying to actually help people. You know, the biggest, most grateful gift I could ever receive is to know that my show helped their business grow even more. And because their show grew even more, my show grew even more. You know, I have an opportunity coming up, maybe. It's called Advancements with Ted Danson. He does a podcast of sorts. And I might or may not be on that, depending on how the interview goes on the 11th. But if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, the important part is that I'm trying to show you all that it is possible. It is possible. The world is full of your possibilities right now. Right now, you're sad, you're depressed, you're angry, you're upset, you're mad at the world. Why don't you have a right to have those feelings? It's okay to have those feelings. Those feelings are what gear you to make a difference in your life or somebody else's, or maybe go the other way, to be the cause of someone's harm. I call it my 10-second rule. You got 10 seconds to decide whether or not you will do the good thing or the evil thing, or maybe you'll just stay in the same lane you've always been for the rest of your life. 10 seconds to decide whether I choose the good thing or the bad thing, right? Now, whether or not that happens in everybody's life, no, can I say that? But I think it takes about 10 seconds for people to really go, this is what I'm really going to do. Even before I say it, my mind says the words coming out of my mouth, but I'm not really reading from a script. I'm just kind of talking to you like I'm a normal person, you know, chatting with you if you want to come stream and chat with me. So it's New Year's Day Eve, 2022 here in Minnesota. It is 11:43 a.m. where I am right now. So I've got 12 more hours before the big ring of the bell of being officially 2023. So I thought I'd get this in early because I don't know if I'll stay up that late, first of all, because I've been on some new medication, and some new medication is making me tired earlier and stuff like that. Hence the 3 cups of coffee I've had so far this morning. The nectar of the gods. No. And I want you guys to answer this question. And feel free to put your answers in the chat. If you could change the world in one thought, and you can't use it for yourself, you have to use it for everybody, what would you do to change the world? You know, the answers that I have gotten most of the time have never been about what they would do for themselves all of the time. Yes, you should take care of self. You know, yes, you should take care of you. That's always the most important part. You can't heal anybody else until you've healed yourself. You can't make a difference in this world until you make a difference in yourself. You have to make the conscious decision that today's going to be the last day I'm going to live like this. I'm going to be happy. What is your definition of happy? Well, that's up to you to decide what your definition of happy is, not mine. Yes, I'm a wicked. I don't care what I count my personal faith is. I don't care if you're a Buddhist. I don't care if you're a Christian. I don't care if you're Muslim. I don't care if you have your own faith. Hell, if you're a part of a cult and they're not hurting anybody, you're just living in harmony with nature, and you're not going to be drinking no special tea anytime soon, whatever. If it makes you happy, it makes you happy. Hell, I'm even going to say this, and I'll probably get a lot of people who hate me for saying this, but I don't care if you belong to one of these hate groups. You find a community that you think you belong to, and for whatever your reasons are, you try to spread that message because that's the way you were brought up and way you believe, because circumstances happen to you, or because just you think it's your right to believe that way. Now, I don't subscribe to hate groups normally. That's not genuinely my premise of my show. I haven't had someone come on yet who I've disagreed completely with their look or their feel or the way they go about living their lives and doing their lives, because who am I to judge? Who am I to say whether I'm right or wrong or not? Burp alert, burp alert, burp alert. Sorry, that one you can judge if you want to. I don't blame you if you don't. But I feel like I'm talking to my therapist. You guys are my therapist. Do you realize that? You guys are just my, therapist of sorts. I talk to you because I need someone to talk to every once in a while. Like I said, I wasn't really planning on getting online and chatting today on Twitch or any other streaming service because I felt like maybe I needed a day off. I can't take a day off from my dream. Every day I work on my dream of trying to make it just a little bit more. Yes, I wish people would donate to me. Yes, I wish people would do things that make my life better. Yes, I wish some of these crazy schemes on the internet would work. But I know better. I know that my life is not going to be as good as I want it to be until I've made the active change to say to myself, here's what I'm going to do different that I didn't do yesterday. That's all it's about. You wake up every day, and yesterday, the day has ended. The world ended yesterday because as soon as you went to sleep that night, or as soon as you ticked the clock 24 hours, that day officially will no longer exist. At least for those time travelers out there who can go back in time and change the future, obviously they haven't changed it enough to where I've noticed it, at least. Alright, at least in my timeline or alternate universe, whichever you want to call this. My alternate universe. That's me knocking the tobacco out of my tube. So I can put more tobacco in there and smoke it more. Because now I've got some tobacco from the neighbors and I'm in the mood to smoke right now. So I'm going to go watch a new series on Netflix and I'm going to dive heavily into something different and new. Try to find something to make my mind zone for a day. So some things that I've got coming up, guys, that I want to tell you about. You kind of know what I'm all about here. I have got my first show is my J.A.W and Eunice, that's my wife's name, on the show. Ruin the new year. We're going to try to ruin your new year by coming with some crazy antics, some silly comedy for a while. We might even go as long as we feel like we want to go that day. Then after that, I have Keepers of the Morgue coming on. Then I have Restoration for Life. He's a restoration therapist. I have a writer named Taylor who's going to be coming on. The Writing in the Taylor Way is that episode. Seeking Messages from the Afterlife. She is an online psychic. And those are the upcoming shows that I have coming up soon. You can check those all out on my Facebook page. Hey, why don't we do that real quick? Why don't I show you my Facebook page? I will at my Facebook episode page now, and I have to know what I'm doing. Okay, so share screen. I have to change my share screen to Twitch Studios. Where is it? Cancel. Okay, now I gotta go back down to a minimal screen again. Okay, now I've gotta change screen here. Okay, here we go. Done. So this is my Facebook page, guys. And here's all of the things that I've done here. So this is my Facebook page. I'll give you a little tour of my Facebook page here, guys. So let's just work with that for a little bit. How about that? Okay. Give me a second here. I got to do here so I can see what the heck I'm doing. See, these are all the other things that I do from time to time. I'm also a medium. I've written a couple of books. This is my parent company right here called Blue Sphere Productions. That's what I started as when I first began my business career. Then you've got my show, or the J.A.W show. And I don't know why I can't just close this out. But it won't let me close it out. Give me a second. I'm going to try to attempt this to make the screen better so that you guys can see what I'm doing a little bit more. A little more so you can actually see what I'm putting out here. So as you can see here, this is how good my show is doing right now. It says I'm reaching 4,000 people. It's down 61%. I guess I had higher numbers. Here's all the information about my J.A.W show. Here are some of my photos. Here's the Christmas message I had here. Here's the series. It's called the J.A.W Show Podcast. I have 3 seasons. Here's some of my posts that I've been posting lately. And here's Ash from Cafe of the Arts. Here's the episode. I'm not going to show you the whole entire episode because that would just be boring as hell. You know, and just giving you a preview. Now I'm going to go to a different thing where I'm going to showcase you a little bit of my other things. I also have a Twitch page. Activate. Hey, like I said, I'm a medium of sorts. Go to my profile. Look, I've got the little blue check mark. I paid $8 for that blue check mark. And all of my Twitter pages here. Hey, you guys wanna donate to my Twitter page? Wanna scan the QR code and send me $1 or $2? I wouldn't mind, but you know what? This isn't as important as me completing my mission, which is to try to save the world and bring us closer together. Then, let me see here. Let's see what else I can show you. My Pinterest channel. Let's show you my Pinterest channel real quick here. Give me a second. I got it always opens up to the business hub. And then we got my Pinterest page here. See all my beautiful pins. Yes, I sell some merchandise too. And I can show you my merchandising website here. Just so you need that here real quick. This one takes a while to load. Why did it take a long time to load? I don't know why. Trying to drink more coffee. It's loading. The wheel of doom is a spinning. Why it take so long to load this page? I don't know why. It just does. But okay, so well up here through just a little bit, you can see some of the merchandise that I sell on that side as well. Some of these t-shirts are no longer available. Okay, why are you taking too long? Okay. Oh, here we go, finally. Okay, my Stormfront account here. You can sign in and buy all of my merchandise here. You can get a can koozie, you can get a mask, you can get a t-shirt. All of the things that I sell go towards putting it back into my podcast. So no matter what you try, if you donate with me, you buy a t-shirt, you buy a can koozie or whatever, you're just supporting my J.A.W show every time you do something like that. Hey, let me show you my Linktree account. How about that? Pirates. So here's my Linktree. As soon as it loads up, of course. You can find all of my contacts here at my Linktree here. It's Linktree at J.A.W. So Linktree at J.A.W. And then I can show you my TikTok site. We have to make a new TikTok for New Year's Eve, something fun. But as you can see here as well. And I've always got my stage name on there. Oops, I got messages. Someone liked my video there. Someone likes my video there. Okay, good. My wife liked my videos. Good. Oh, isn't that sweet? How about my Instagram account real quick before we stop sharing the screen of things that I like to do? Okay, so I do Instagram too. Here you go, some of the things. Hey, look at this guy right here. The white guy in the dark figure there. You see him? Right there above the J.A.W. there. That's my unknown prophet site. That's where I do my mediumship and stuff like that from. But we're going to get rid of that now and forget that screen. Anyway. So just to show you a couple of things that I do out there. So, you know, oops, got to save the screen there. Okay, saving screen. Now I don't know if someone just decides to follow me or whatever. I just see what I'm talking about. So the comedy satire part of my show, it is the evil plan, is the comedy, is the satire. Because why does it take a super villain, a super bad thing to happen for us to change our lives? Because until that happens, we don't have a reason to change. You know, I was born with my disability, so I've never known anything but my disability being my way of life. I have grown up a certain way, which is all I've ever known of the way I grew up. You know, I can't go back in time and change it. And would I want to? Honestly, no, because I've become the person I am today because of all of those wonderful mistakes that I've made. And it's good to make those mistakes from time to time, guys. It's all right to make mistakes. It's okay to do something wrong once in a while. Even though it's not generally accepted advice, it's okay to do something wrong once in a while. You know what? You learn when you do something wrong, you learn how to not make that mistake ever again. You do it bad enough, maybe there's some other consequences you have to deal with. Maybe not. You never know. So, obviously, I don't condone things like murder or killing somebody or anything like that. I don't really suggest you taking any high class, over the counter drugs or trying to commit suicide. I don't propose that to you guys at all. That is something I do not believe is the right decision to make. But can I stop you? Maybe I can. Maybe you just came here today and you said, this guy's talking about suicide. Maybe I should check him out because maybe we want to understand what he went through and maybe we can find some insights into why I shouldn't. Maybe you feel like your life is so horrible right now that you don't feel like you can continue and go on. This New Year's brings a lot of feelings up for a lot of different people. What I accomplished, what I didn't accomplish, what I went through, what I didn't go through. Went through that sepsis thing. I survived it. Am I ever going to be 100% ever again? No, I'm not because of that. Now, my wife has just lost half of her left leg and half of her right foot. That's something she never thought she'd have to go through in her life. She never thought she'd be a double amputee in her life. We're still trying to get a ramp built. We're still trying to get a lot of things done. You know, but for the most part, we're living our lives to our best of our ability. Do we live on food stamps? Yes. Do we live on food stamps and food shelves? We live on a Social Security, her Social Security only. That's the only reason we live in a house right now. Our house is paid off because when we originally moved to Florida, we paid off the entire house. So we wouldn't have to owe a mortgage ever. We had the wherewithal to do that in 2018. We've gotten some good luck here and there throughout the years. I don't know. Cash in a 401k, fixed some of the floors up in our house. We did a bunch of other things that were fun. I got this new Mac computer because of that money. She got a new Mac computer, even though it's older than mine, but new to her. And we're kind of slightly regretting her Mac right now because it can't download even worse things than me. So, but the point of my show is to show us that we can make a difference, even if it's a small difference today. Today you hung up with a friend. My favorite line to tell my friends is, you feel like you're in a mental state and you need someone to talk to, call me, please. I'd rather you talk to me than do something stupid like take your own life. Because once the game is over, the game is over. There is no player number 2 in this game, okay? There is no second chance in this life. Once that is done, it is done. The only person you are hurting when you do such a thing is the people surrounding you. Your pain is over. Their pain will last until the end of their lives. And I want you to think about that before you commit suicide or think about committing suicide. I know, I'm a real downer, huh? Cry Me a River and all that fun stuff. I've never been addicted to major drugs. I've only ever smoked cannabis. I did try acid once, but because my medication negates the effects of acid, it didn't work. And that was the last time I tried that. That's about the harshest thing I've ever tried in my life, was that. And that's okay, because I'm glad that didn't work, because maybe that sent me down a different rabbit hole that I might not have been prepared for. Cannabis on a different scale is way different to me. I use it more as a medicine than I use it to get high. I can't lie. I've used it to get high sometimes and forget the world exists. And usually that's the best week of my life. And then I have to wait 4 more weeks to get any more. We have an incredible person who is our dealer, who I will not mention on the show because I like to keep him anonymous, and I don't think he would like me sharing his information live on a Twitch. So, for not knowing everything about me there. Sorry guys, I can't tell you who he is or what he's all about. We'll just call him the Green Man. That's all I want to say. He's the Green Man, and that's our neighborhood pot hub. Instead of Grubhub, it's Pot Hub, because he actually does deliver to me as long as I add gas money in there, which I've got to do a little bit better job at. I always just adjust for gas. He just adjusts the amount we get for the gas. So we always say, hey, take off whatever gas money. Give us $10 less for gas. That's okay. We can deal without $10 less. We get, maybe $100 a month if we're lucky. And that doesn't last very long. But it does help us make it through something. We're both chronic pain people. My wife has fibromyalgia, and she has way more pain issues than I do. I have back, leg, and arm pain. I find that I'm a lot sillier when I'm on it. I generally don't do my episodes high because I don't want to not be able to say what's going on in my mind. I feel like I'm free enough right now to do this without the use of cannabis at this moment, because number one, I'm broke and I can't afford it. Number two, I've got other things that I would rather be spending my money on, like bills. Bills come first before green. I always pay my bills first. If we can't afford it, we can't afford it. So I can't wait for it just to be legal. I can run down to the corner store and get myself a couple grams there without a stupid card or anything like that. No, I don't have a medical card yet either. Wish I did. Although I think my Green Man's prices would be better than the stuff I would have to go travel to get anyway. So, neither boo-boo. I am a part of NORML, if you know what NORML is. It's a cannabis activism site, because I see it as one of nature's beautiful gifts that the goddess and the god have given us. God, do I wish I had some now, but I don't. That's okay. But life is full of surprise and wonder out there, guys. There is hope out there. There is hope. If you believe in nothing else, believe in hope and love, and be compassionate and kind as much as you can. Yeah, I play an evil villain in pretend life, but I'm a hero in real life. Because, well, I'd say I'm more of an anti-hero than a villain, I guess. Because I really don't know if I could ever, A, fill up the book, B, complete the spells required to make the magic button work, and then C, actually pressing the button and ending us all at the same time and sending us all to heaven, and then I get to go down to hell and kick the devil off of his throne and say, go back up to heaven now, you're no longer needed here. Isn't that hilarious, guys? Isn't that funny? How one of these, these silly little things that are going on out there that we're all trying to do and trying to accomplish in our lives, and it boils down to one thing: what makes me happy? What makes me the most content, fulfilled person that I can possibly be? What is it that drives my passion? What is it that drives my being? My moral compass drives me? Great. You're a churchgoer? Go to church. Be in with your church. Be beautiful in your church. Be the kind of person who does exactly what your faith tells you you're going to be doing. Do it in a way that's compassionate and kind, not throwing it down everyone's throat. If that's what you feel you need to do in order to get to heaven, well, all I got to say is many blessings to you and good luck. Because some people will take to that, some people won't. It's amazing to me how most of my life I spent worrying over the stupidest little dumbest things. And it took a cat to teach me happiness. It took a cat to teach me happiness. One of my old kitty cats, her name was Ari, and she loved to get her belly rubbed in the warm sun. We used to have a little thing over here where she would climb on, and I could pet her on top of her tower of sorts. And then when we got rid of said tower, after she died, because we were afraid that something in there would cause some other creature harm, and we didn't want to cause other creature harm. Now we have a brand new kitty cat. We called him Lucifer. Yes, like the devil. But it's more based on the TV show on Netflix. So if you go watch Netflix, you can find out what that's all about. My show is normally NC-17, and I don't know if I mentioned this enough, but the only reason I do that is because I don't want to filter out my guests. I don't want them to feel like they can't say what they need to say, because sometimes the word fuck needs to come out, sometimes the word shit needs to come out, all the curse words you're not supposed to use, like George Carlin said. May rest in peace. It's about dynamic change, dynamic motion, moving forward. You have choices that are in front of you and back of you. You can linger in the past your whole life and never go any forward by looking at what's gone wrong in your life, or you can choose a harder path to follow, an easier path to follow, maybe a path that you haven't seen, that's been right in front of your nose the whole time. You were just too afraid to acknowledge that was probably the path you should have been on the whole damn time. We're all trying to reach our mythical home. We're all trying to reach a place where we feel like we are whole and one and at peace and as happy as we can be, whether it be within ourselves, within our communities, or our families. There are an amazing amount of people out there full of hope. There are an amazing amount of people out there full of drive and passion for what they do. Even if you're just a watcher of Twitch, even if you just come here to watch it, you're embracing somebody else's dream today. You supported them by just coming to watch them for 1, 2, 3 minutes, maybe. Maybe you watched the entire hour. Maybe you didn't watch the entire hour. Who knows? I don't. You don't. Because it says I have one whole viewer on here, but I don't know if that's just a reflection of me posting it on the stupid screen or not. I have to find a way to get my show opening here, but if that's the worst thing I have to worry about is adding in the show opening, well, that's about the worst of it. My life isn't so horrible and so bad right now that I can't be okay and content with what I do have. Be grateful for what you do have in this new year, in this 2023. That's my mission for all of you out there. Trying to find the happy in the simplest things. Because all it took was a cute kitty cat rolling on her belly in the sun to teach me why couldn't I be that happy? Why couldn't I just be content with laying in the sun, getting my belly rubbed, and being in complete and total ecstasy? She loved that more than she loved anything, even more than playing fetch, which every cat I've ever had has done. And it's not easy for a cat to learn how to play fetch sometimes. But every cat I've had has played fetch with me. And normally I have black cats. They're more generally the kind of cat that will do that. Please adopt a black cat if you guys don't have a black cat in your life. They're not bad luck. They're actually super snugglers. They're loyal to a fault, and they do a lot of silly things. Or adopt a dog. But be sure you're ready for that commitment, because right now, my cat is such a picky eater, he won't eat what I'm giving him because we're out of the normal cat food he eats. I put down salmon for him, and he snubs his nose at it. He has a bowl full of munchie food from Meow Mix, and he hasn't touched a single thing of that yet. But I know he's eating some of it. Whether or not he wants to or not, he is, Life doesn't always give us exactly what we want. You know that phrase, God will only give you as much as he or she thinks you can handle? Well, imagine having a dual God system where you have more than one God, more than one goddess, all telling you to live your life in the best possible harmony you can without hurting anybody. But can you live in a life without hurting anybody? No, it's an impossibility. It's an impossible standard to live up to. You can't live a 100% perfect life. I don't care how well you have it or how well you got your shit together. There's no such thing as perfect. There's perfect for you, and there's perfect for the moment, and there's perfect for that 10 seconds while you decide between the good and evils in your life. But in this new year of 2023, tomorrow the world could end and it won't be my fault. Tomorrow, something could happen that we all don't see coming. And we're going to be sitting there on a going, I wish I had my computer right now. We could be living of The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead tomorrow. Yeah, any day now. You never know. The next disease might wipe us out. The next COVID variant might do something extremely dangerous and start killing people who are even healthy. It could. Something like that can happen any moment of your life. And if you worry about those things happening every second of every day, all it's going to do for you is create more worry. Live for the moment. Live for the second. Live for the day. Live for tomorrow. That's the best message you can have for 2023. Live your life as if it was the best day ever. That today is the day. Life is going to go well. Good for yourselves. Life is going to be beautiful because you're going to make it beautiful. You're going to be happy because you're going to find the happiness. Make it joyous because you're going to be the joy. You're going to be the light. You're going to be the reason someone woke up today and allowed you to be happy about the things that you already have. Do you realize you have more than you could ever think you have right now? I want you to just sit right where you are right now and look around at what you have. Take a good, hard look at what you do have. Maybe you live out of a cardboard box and all you have is your cell phone. You have a cell phone. Are you getting food? Are people trying to be nice to you? Are people trying to help you find a way out of homelessness? Maybe they're leaving you alone because you don't want help. Maybe all of your friends and all your family have abandoned you. And you feel trapped because you don't have anyone to talk to anymore. Whatever that kind of sounds like. Why do you think I'm talking to you? Because some of my friends thought my medical conditions were way out of control and they couldn't handle the expressiveness of what I wanted to be doing with my life at this point. I felt like I was hurting them more than they were hurting me. So I said, goodbye. I'll see you later. I'm not going to hurt you anymore. That was my decision to make. I made a choice. I made a decision. For good or bad, I made a choice. Will it be good or bad? Will it be not good or bad? I don't know. That's still yet to be determined, right? Just because you make a decision right now Doesn't mean it will come back to you right now. Might be a while before you realize what the consequences of your actions were. Might be a while before you realize you made the right damn decision in the first place. Give yourself some time to really think about what it is you do in your daily lives and what it is that you bring to this table of this beautiful place called Earth. You know that song, Ooh, Heaven is the place like Earth? Ooh, heaven is the place called Earth. Blah, blah, blah. Can't sing this song because I don't want to get copyright infringement things. Blue, blue, blue. Anyway, you get the point, right? Life is a song. Life is a series of notes that go high, low, that are sometimes sharp, that are sometimes crazy. Sometimes you turn to a different channel completely, and you rock your butt off, and you scream to the screen going, yeah, yeah, this is my life. Yeah. I'm going to die of cancer someday, but that's okay. You know, that's not funny to someone who has cancer. Someone who lives with a disability, someone who lives with that every single day of their life. They wish they had your life. They wish they had your life right now. That person who desperately wants to be off of drugs but doesn't know how to get off of drugs because they're just so damn addicted they don't know how to do it. Take someone by the hand. Get them into a clinic. Tell them you'll pay for a month just so that they get back on their feet and they get some actual help. And say, if you ever go back to these drugs again, I will never help you ever again. Maybe no one will ever help you ever again because you did something so extreme that you hurt yourself to a point where you can no longer come back from. You didn't mean to do it, but you did it. You know, for people out there trying to use their websites and businesses to try to raise money for themselves by promising huge amounts of money, we all wish that were true. We all really, really wish it were true. Hell, even I wish it were true that somewhere out there, someone would just magically send me a bunch of money through my Cash App. I do believe it's going to happen anytime soon. Coffee. Last cup I'm having for today. Because it's important to realize these things in life, guys. You have choices. You can sit there and wait forever for a decision to be made for you. And when it does, you can't complain about the results. Because sometimes someone's going to make that choice for you. And you might not necessarily like the choice that they make. They might not necessarily be the one you need to be listening to. I hope that you have come here today to listen to me. I really want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for supporting the Josh Show and wanting to be on my show. For all those people who have had past interviews, for all those people who will keep me going forward, like my wife, my rock, my soulmate, my everything. She is my heart. She is my soul. To my wife, Beth, I love you with all of my heart. And I hope I get to love you for another 18 years. I really do. She is my one true love. And I wouldn't be anything without her. And she would say the same about me. We're each other's rocks. When one goes down, the other one picks us up. It's my turn to pick her up right now, but eventually I know somewhere down the line she'll be in the situation where she can pick me up. And I need reminding that today can be the best day ever. So if you take anything away from this little chat here today, just make every day be the best one it can possibly be. Ooh, Kitty Cat wants to say hi. All right, Lucy. Say hi to all the people on TV land. See? My love friendly neighborhood. Pretty cat. Ooh, who's going to try to get out of the... Mars. Hail, Lucifer! Hail! Hail, Lucifer! Oh, look, button face. My favorite camera angle. Right, Lucifer? Anyway. So, we got the cattail. My vile plan is coming to fruition. Goodbye, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this hour-long New Year's Eve chat. And don't be afraid to put your comments in the chat or come check me out on my links tree or check me out on Facebook or anything. You want an interview? Got a show you'd like to promote? A business you'd like to promote? A unique talent or gift? Hey, let me know what it is. I'm going to come check you out first before I say yes, because I want to find you as interesting as somebody else will find you interesting. I don't always say yes to everybody, but with the people I do say yes to, I think I'm trying to do them a good solid by showcasing them in a positive light that we can do this. We can be here together with one another. God bless. Happy New Year. God has blessed you. Happy, happy, happy New Year. And to all of you out there, see you later. This has been a test of the Emergency Josh Show channel. This is not a test. Welcome to the Josh Show. Don't forget to check me out Fridays at Facebook Live, Twitch, and YouTube, where you can see my episodes there. Look for The Josh Show. That's right. We'll see you then. Have a great and wonderful day. Blessed be. Happy New Year.